The seasons of life are a reminder that love is a journey, not a destination. It is a process of growth and change, of compromise and acceptance, of fulfillment and support. If we are willing to embrace the seasons of love, we can experience this full beauty and power, much like the story I'm about to tell you. So let's go back to spring of 2016. Jasmine, then an educator, found herself on Tinder. She matched with a scientist named Johnathon. They went out on a few dates, bonded over their love of music, but the interest eventually fizzled out. Jasmine was more preoccupied with her friends than getting to know the man that was right in front of her. So they went their separate ways. Towards the end of the summer the following year, honestly, almost around this time of the year, they crossed each other's minds. Jasmine wanted to start a podcast where she discussed what went wrong with the guy she dated in the past and thought of him. Johnathon was in the car with his brother and heard "Come and See Me" by Party Next Door and thought of her. So he texted her, and that led to them planning to meet up for drinks around Labor Day. Well, that turned into them spending time together every single weekend afterwards. You might wonder, what was different about this go-round versus their dates just a year before? Well, Jasmine basically said this time she had her priorities together. The relationship she had after she met Johnathon allowed her to appreciate the qualities in him so much more. Johnathon wasn't playing games, and while they'd be on one date, he'd be planning the next. And at that point, Jasmine was no longer dating just to date. She sought an intentional relationship, and she let him know that. Through the years, they experienced the highs. Jasmine finished grad school, they went through career changes, moved to 2 different states, etc. But they also experienced lows, like when Jasmine struggled to find normalcy when they moved from Chicago to the DC area, and Johnathon initially dealt with the helplessness of not being able to fix the blues that she faced. That in Jasmine received the phone call that no one ever wants to get. Almost a year after they reconnected, Jasmine learned that Johnathon, who decided to visit a high school acquaintance with his best friend while they were all at a going away party for one of her friends, had become a victim of pew-pew violence. While talking outside with the guy from high school and his friends, a car rolled up and blah blah blah. Everybody began to run, but sadly, Johnathon had been hit. Johnathon's best friend called her and told her the horrible news. Everyone that was at the going away party pulled up to the hospital with Jasmine and waited until they found out that Johnathon was okay. He had been hit in the ankle, but thankfully he didn't have any broken bones, nor did it hit any vital nerves. And Jasmine was there to help him through his recovery every step of the way afterwards. So experiencing the best and the worst of times together is what led Johnathon to winter of 2021. That's when he proposed to Jasmine. Having to ditch his initial plan due to her recently recovering from being sick, he popped the question with a ring he designed to Jasmine's legs during a date at Descano Gardens, a botanical garden north of Los Angeles. And of course, she said yes. So all of that leads us to today, September 15th, 2023. By the time you see this love story, Jasmine and Johnathon will have said "I do" in front of their closest family and friends. For them, their forever summer will have officially begun. Now, if you don't know what that means, let me tell you exactly what Jasmine wrote when she was being asked, "How do you feel leading up to your wedding day?" At first, she didn't know how to describe it, but eventually she figured it out. Quote, "It feels like summer, like it's the last week of school and you know you're just counting down the days until summer vacation. Nothing really matters except the pending summer because as we know, we were always a little more carefree in the summer, even in adulthood. It's the time when you're staying up late and doing activities during the week instead of waiting until the weekend. We wake up feeling good in the summer for no particular reason and go to bed satisfied with the day just because it's summer. Summer is really the only thing I could compare this to. I'm ready for my forever summer." Well, like I said, their summer is finally here. So when thinking of what excited them the most about spending their lives together, Johnathon said it was building a legacy with Jasmine. And Jasmine said she couldn't wait to celebrate all the small moments with Johnathon and the family they will create. So all runners, please join me in congratulating Jasmine and Johnathon and wishing them all the best in their future together. And to the newlyweds, thank you for trusting me with your love story. As you take this journey through life together, may you embody the characteristics of the seasons. Be patient and nurturing like the springtime. Be open and receptive like the summer. Be grateful and appreciative like the fall. And be strong and resilient like the winter. If y'all can do that, which I'm sure y'all will be good. Congratulations again to Jasmine and Johnathon.